Okay, I still have the bucket toilet here. It's in the hallway right now. I'm using it out here in the hallway. Um, I basically had to get a new toilet after watching Pippi's station, which is an RV station. She had the same kind of toilet and had problems, and it's too impossible to try to fix the situation. So I did have to put a new toilet on credit as well. And so the handyman's in the middle of like installing it right now. That pipe back there, it's like the same thing that she had. The pipe is loose. You can see it there. And the water's shut off. And he's going to get like different kind of plumbing so we can hook up that to this. And then have the water hook up. This is a ceramic toilet. Because I figured, with the way things are, I'd be better off with a ceramic toilet than going back to the plastic and then having the hard cleanup and stuff. It's a lot easier to clean a ceramic toilet. So, with my health issues, that's going to be easier to manage. Unfortunately, like I say, lifting the bags out of the bucket thing just did not work. There's still no odor, really, with the bucket thing. It's just that, those bags have to be emptied every day, and it's still even pretty difficult even then. So it's just that the maintenance and the physicality of the bucket thing just do not work for me. Now, I suggest if you're like a physical person and you have an ornamental area where you can have an ornamental compost pile that can sit for a couple of years, a couple of bins, I would definitely do a Humanure bucket and get the Humanure Handbook and go that route. I definitely would do it. I would recommend that to anybody because it's going to smell less than anything. Now with this, what I did, because the toilet wasn't working and I had the bucket set up in front of there and was using the bucket, I had clear water in, I emptied the sewer tank like well over a week ago, and I had clear water sitting in the sewer tank. And at the moment that I filled it up with the clear water, I emptied it, put a couple gallons of clear water, emptied it again, and then put like about 4 gallons of clear water, and I put 2 caps of the Tank RX, or Tank Tex RX, which is this bottle right here. And I put that into the toilet. So that has sat in the tank all week, and everything else out under the toilet was drying out. So basically, he said that when I kind of smelt it downwind a little bit, like a tiny little bit, like, oh, it's kind of a little right, but it didn't really smell offensive. But he said he hardly had any smell at all. I think what I smelt more was the vinegar cleaner that he was using around it that was going downwind than what was in the toilet. Because he was kind of saying, well, the toilet had kind of a fermented smell, it was, which is kind of more like a kombucha, which is kind of what I found that stuff to smell like too, the Tank Tech. It smells like a kombucha, the drink you buy at the health food store. So I'll keep you posted as we go on finishing this, because he's trying to find the soft line that you need. And I will put a link below to Pippi's video on this, because she works with the pipe and stuff like that if you're going to do it yourself. But you definitely have to get the long pipe. One thing that I found removing the toilet is we really didn't need to get a wrench to go down in the hole at the top of the toilet. That you can see the bolt down through that hole, and it's like 10 inches down, but you can reach underneath behind it and turn the bolt. It just takes having a very, very small wrench in the right size. So that's all. So there's no buying a expensive tool. So I'll get back at you when this is done. Okay, the toilet is in. Basically what I'm using, I'm doing the same thing I did with the old toilet, just pouring water into it, filling it up, and then using the pedal to flush it. That thing back there just does not work. No how. And I've been having like the guy work on it, but it doesn't work, and I'm trying to get him back here to finish with it. I don't know what we're going to do. it looks like the plumbing back there is like such a mess that it'll end up having to be capped, and I'll always be stuck with the bucket, which is kind of why the pitcher thing, kind of one of the advantages of buying a new toilet would be to have everything work. So I'm hoping to be able to have water come into the toilet, but I don't know at this point if that's going to be possible. I'll finish the video and I'll let you know when I find out more about what is going to happen. But tightening and plumber's tape and none of the stuff that he tried, and different things he's going to try different fittings, but I just don't know if I can even get him back in here, if I'll even have enough time to try all the different fittings and things that it would take to actually get it to work. So it's been a real problem getting somebody in here that has the time to really work and to finish with the emergencies, let alone the stuff that I want to do. I've kind of given up everything that I want to do in my trailer, because basically everything's emergencies, and the person that I have, which I'm very, very grateful for, he's a great handyman, only has time to do part of the emergencies, so it kind of really leaves me in a quandary. So I'll keep you posted as things progress. Okay, the toilet is actually finished now, and so here's kind of what came of it. He actually went and got different RV parts, and it doesn't have the metal shut-off valve anymore. It's got the plastic one, and it's now going into the toilet, bringing water into the toilet. So it actually flushes like a regular toilet and then refills. So it's like really nice. As you see, it's a ceramic bowl. It's a long bowl. It's basically like when you go into a restroom, like a public restroom, and they've got like the nice handicap toilet. It's kind of like that. I prefer a lower toilet because I think it's better for you. But as far as like knees and pain and getting on and off it, it's going to be a lot easier having like the high one. And so it's got like one of those laminate wood seats. It's a real wood seat underneath, and a real ceramic bowl, and just do regular everything like in a household. Like if you had a household toilet with a long lid, that's the same thing you're going to get. And ceramic down there is like RV plastic down here, but it's definitely like an upgrade to what I had. I figured since I had to get a new toilet anyway, a few extra dollars, and I'm going to have like a high quality thing. It's actually what this toilet is. It's the Dometic, and it's the 320 model. And the low one is the 321, but then I would have had to order it and wait like a couple weeks for it. And I am so done with the bucket. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, if you are healthy and a do-it-yourselfer and can carry this and have a compost pile for ornamentals that you can pour that into and empty it every couple of days and lift and carry, that is just the way to go. I mean, as far as smell, if you have access to enough sawdust. It takes a lot of sawdust. So you're going to need per week at least a 5-gallon bucket of sawdust. And so if you can manage that, I mean, that really would be the way to go. And then you build something in here that's a finished version with, you know, a box and a seat like you see in the tiny homes. But for me, I think this is going to be like really the best option. So I'll be paying it off for a while. There's going to be a lot less food, a lot less eating, but it's worth it at this point. I couldn't really get along with it any longer. I'm probably, though, going to turn the water off behind there and just use the bucket to flood that pitcher up to flush the toilet so we don't pour that down the drain. And that's it. If you like it, like, subscribe, share, comment, and have a great day.